Welcome to Toffee TV. It is my three things from Brentford 1, Everton 0 today. Oh, another defeat for Everton, another unsatisfactory display. I've just seen the manager's comments actually saying that the fans can't level the players, didn't give everything at them today. Yeah. I thought we kept going, but did we give everything? I don't know. Looked a few of them looked like they were going through the motions for me. But it is what it is. Let's begin with the manager today. I didn't want Rafa Benitez in the summer. I've said it a million times. He wouldn't have been in my first 5 managers to take the job. But he got it. And it was okay. Let's see what he can do. Normally, he's organised. He has done well at other clubs. He's coming into... It wasn't a million miles away from what Ancelotti was doing in terms of the football. And let's see if he can do anything. And the early signs were positive. Hard worker, looks at every possible way of doing things. Has his own way as well, knows a lot of players. And we started the season well, and injuries have hampered it. There's no question about it. But you have to cope with injuries. You have to cope with them. Yeah, we've been really unlucky with injuries, of course. We have. It's disrupted us massively. Other teams will get injuries as well, but ours, it's disrupted us massively. We've lost the whole core of a team, and we've had to get on with it. But what you have to try and do in those moments is bring everything together, use your squad, battle and scrap for everything, and whether people like it or not, you have to try to keep the fans with you. And you do that in ways where you're looking like you're exhausting every avenue while you're trying to battle and get these players back. And I'm just not convinced he's done that. Today, the substitutions were abysmal. Some of his subs over the last few weeks haven't been good enough, in my opinion. Today, they were shocking. We needed energy for that last 20 minutes, something a little bit different, and he just sat on his hands. And that is unacceptable to me. You're getting beat 1-0. There was 3 forward players sat on the bench there. Now, okay, whether he wants to bring Cenk Tosun on because Everton hoping he goes out the door in January and he's off the wage bill and he's had 2 knee injuries in 2 seasons. Okay, maybe you can argue that one away. But Lewis Dobbin, who, by the way, I'm not banging the door down going he should be starting because he's a flip of a coin. You never know whether these players are ready. He looks bright and lively. And Ellis Sims, who hasn't got a minute of Premier League football under his belt yet, although did well on loan. But that, to me, are positive changes. With 20 minutes to go when you're getting beat, you've almost got nothing to lose. They weren't doing anything. They didn't have us on the back foot. They didn't have us pegged back. They were just clearing the lines and hoping for something. We had all the ball, but we had nothing different in that final third. Rondon had done nothing all day. Iwobi was Iwobi. The odd good thing, but too many things that don't amount to anything. So with 20 minutes left, you can get the fans on your side a little bit by making positive changes. And if he'd have brought Sims and Dobbin on for the last 20 and just gone at it and gone, listen lads, get on there, make a nuisance of yourself, try and get on the end of something, try to create something. I think the fans would have gone, you know what, at least he's having a go here trying to turn it. But he hasn't, he's just let it play out. Now, I don't know whether that's, I've seen people telling me it's because he's stubborn. I've seen people telling me he doesn't like young players. Whatever it is, it isn't good enough. And today wasn't good enough. And I thought he's let himself down today. He's let the fans down. He's let himself down today. And if he's going to remain here, and it's every defeat makes it less likely that he's going to see it out, then he's going to have to start understanding what gets the fans on side, because you're going to need the fans. And a lot of fans don't want to give you time. And a lot of fans want you to fail. A lot of fans want you out the club. So you've got to get them on your side. And you only get them on your side by doing the things that we want to see. By shaking the team up, put a couple of lads on live wires for the last 15-20 minutes. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But it wasn't 0-0. And there was a specific game plan. It wasn't we weren't 1-0 up So you're saying, oh, if we make a change, it might unsettle it. We were getting beat. We weren't very good in the game. You can't honestly, well, you might be able to. I couldn't honestly sit here and say I felt like we were going to get an equaliser because I didn't. I really didn't. And that's not like me. I'm normally trying to stay positive and think, well, you know what? The ball could just break. Who knows if we keep putting in the right areas. I just knew. I knew with 25 minutes to go. When Gray put that, and especially when Gray put the first cross in into the 6-yard box, which would have been a tap in and nobody was on the end of it, I knew what was going to happen. So he's gone to have to somehow change what he's doing, because if you just continue to do the same thing and lose games like we are, it's a sign of madness, and nothing will change for us. Yeah. Secondly is about the squad. Delph and Gbamin, I've just talked a little bit there about not bringing Dobbin on and not bringing Sims on, and not bringing Tosin on. Delph and Gbamin were also on the bench today. Now, Fabian Delph has had a couple of good games. Okay, he wasn't very good last week, but he had a couple of good games when he's been in. Jean-Philippe Gbamin played 45 minutes at Wolves and hasn't been seen since. So for, minute and a half, 2 minutes against Spurs as a sub. And they're an option today then. If he's looking around going, well, I don't want to put both the kids on, but he could have used the midfield option and said to Decore, push forward, go in where Iwobi is, and maybe brought Sims on or whatever. There wasn't even that. So what does that say about their levels of fitness? Are they just not fit enough? Are they not good enough? I mean, you told us last week how important Delph was. Now, where what's the answers for that? I don't know whether Jean-Philippe Gbamin will ever get back to what he was before he got injured. He was a good player, and he would have needed time to settle into England, but he was a good player. He started one game in over 2 years, so I understand he mightn't be ready to start game after game, but to not even get on the bench on the pitch in a game that we're getting beaten, there was nothing new. So their levels must be dreadful. So if you're an Everton player in that squad and you're a sub and you're not, your levels aren't good enough for the manager to even consider what is going on at the club. It baffles me, it really does. And today has got me a bit. I haven't been worried up to now because I was thinking, no, we'll get the players back. I look around the Premier League, it ain't great. The top three are good, and the rest, there's a few clubs who are durable and work hard and get results. And then there's much of a muchness, and Everton are in that much of a muchness. But if we can't grind results out against a team that didn't even have their full strength team and who was struggling to get wins, then it doesn't bode well. And if the manager's not throwing everything he's got at trying to get results, and you're going into a difficult fixture list, it's worrying. I am a bit worried. And third and finally, just very quickly, obviously the derby's on Wednesday. We're playing against a team banging form, winning games for fun. The last 2 home games, they won 4-0. They beat Porto in midweek in the Champions League 2-0. It was comfortable for them. And we've got them at Goodison. And normally a derby match and a night game, you're looking at it thinking we'll get in amongst them. The crowd's going to be electric. But it's probably going to be one of the flattest derbies I've ever gone into, the way I'm feeling myself. And you're looking at it with trepidation, and you're looking at it thinking, it's a perfect scenario for them almost, that they get ahead and then they're winning and we're struggling like anything, and Benitez, they can be singing his song and all of that. Now, if Everton were going along all right, then you just go, well, they're going to do it because he's their ex-manager and, it is what it is. But the run we're in, it just makes everyone feel down, I think. I don't know how we do it. And I've seen us win derbies when they've been the overwhelming favourites and we've looked grim. And we've somehow turned in a result. I can think of the Howard Kendall, when Howard Kendall come back for his third time and Kadamatsi scored. And, we had, I think it was an own goal for the first one, wasn't it, off Ruddick. And we beat them 2-0 and I think they were second that day and we were second to bottom. And everyone was predicting 6 or 7-0 defeat. I've seen us beat them with Joe Royal. With, his first game when we were bottom of the league and they were top. We beat them or second again. We beat them 2-0. So we have won derbies that has been unexpected. Even we're going into it thinking these are dangerous. These are a good side and they're a fabulous side at the moment. And we have gone off the work hard. They're going to need the crowd. They're going to need everything we've got on Wednesday. But you just look at it and think, how are this set of players going to be able to cope against real top players when we didn't do enough today with Brentford. It's worrying. It really is. The season isn't about one game, but just the way we are at the moment, we need a lift, and it'd be unbelievable to go and beat them on Wednesday, and hopefully the manager's got something up his sleeve and the players can buy into it and the crowd can buy into it and we can get a huge win, because it'd be probably one of the biggest derby wins ever if we were managing to do it, given the run of form we're on, given the players only coming back from injury, given how good they are, and given the situation with the manager which the board have put us in. So who knows, fingers crossed, but it is one that I'm looking at with total trepidation right now. That's it, I've gone on far too long, I apologise, but there you go. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Have a good weekend if you can, the rest of it anyway. Take it easy. See you later.